Well, it seems like every single time a Marvel show fails, guess who gets blamed? The fans. Not the fans of the show, because they do not exist. If they did, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But of course, when it's a female-led TV show, we have to be called misogynist. Because these people cannot think deeper than that. They have to just say, you just hate women. It can't be terrible writing. It can't be the way they marketed the show. It can't be the way that the actors talked about the show. It can't be special effects. It can't be the character itself. No. We just all hate women apparently, and we have some idiot on Twitter getting mad at men for not liking all these recent Marvel shows. And you can see the tweet right here, and it says, notice how it's only female-led shows that get unnecessary amounts of hate. And they show Agatha all along. They show She-Hulk. They show WandaVision and Miss Marvel. There's no unnecessary amount of hate towards these shows. First of all, there's no such thing as unnecessary amounts of hate. The amount of hate a company or product gets is equal to the amount of outrage that the fans have about the product. There's no such thing as unnecessary amount. Hate is necessary so you can get the idea through your head that people do not like your product. And most of it is not even spiteful or angry or insults unless the actors come for us, which they usually do. So there's no such thing as unnecessary amounts of hate. If these companies had any common sense, they will listen to what people are saying, give us the content and characters that we want, and we will give them money and everybody will be happy. We would have good content, they will make a lot of money, and their investors will be happy. But they don't do that, do they? They give us garbage and nobody asks for, and they disrespect us on top of that. Let's break down the show she is talking about. Agatha all along. I'm already turned away from that show. This character is unknown. Nobody cares about her. Nobody asked for Agatha to get her own show. She was like the main villain of WandaVision. Who asked for this shit? There's other Marvel characters that are more deserving of their own TV show, whatever project, you can name it. I don't know if anybody gives a fuck about Agatha. I didn't even bother with WandaVision. It didn't interest me. And I know for damn sure Agatha is not an A-list Marvel character. What the fuck? Who is Agatha? So this is just a waste of time and money. And on top of that, with that show, the actors were saying it's the gayest Marvel show ever made. I made a video on that. You can click on the top right corner if you want to watch that. And what do you think people are going to say when they hear that? They're going to be like, oh, okay. This shit is going to be pandering. This shit is going to be annoying. This shit is going to be disgusting. You're like, really? That's the way you want to promote a Marvel show, by saying it's the gayest show ever? The gayest Marvel project? Already turned away a bunch of people on top of this character being unknown. Let's talk about She-Hulk. Just a whore sleeping around, getting angry and blaming men for everything. Wow. The character is not interesting. The character is boring. It's literally a self-insert character for angry feminists that hate men and want to get rid of men because they are unhappy with themselves and unhappy with their lives. And they are unhappy because men don't want them. That's who this show was made for. Not for actual men. You know, the majority of audience when it comes to superhero movies and comic books, but they don't listen to us. They rather disrespect us and then expect our money as well. I don't get what the logic is behind that. I don't know how that's a good business strategy, but they keep doing it. WandaVision was terrible as well. She literally enslaved the whole town. She was actually the villain, but they try to paint her as a good guy. They were saying that they'll never know what you did for them. Like, you enslaved the whole time. You're a crazy ass bitch. You don't deserve any sympathy. You're insane. It is weird that they try to paint her as the victim, as a good guy, when she's literally a slave owner when you really think about it. Miss Marvel, I don't know much about. Boring, lame, not much else to say. I don't really care. So the point is, these shows are fucking terrible. That's why they fail. Not because they are women led. It's because they are terrible. Did you ever think of that? We just get called misogynists in every name in the book when they don't want to take criticism. That's not a good way to draw people in. You're turning people away, and they're too fucking stupid to see it. And you have idiots on Twitter blaming us, just like the companies love to blame us as well. But I wanted to look at some comments under this tweet, and this first one said, not our fault, they suck. Exactly. Get some better writers. Get some better special effects. Make the content that people actually want. Once you do a wish list of what Marvel fans actually want, you will make money. It's not that complicated. There are plenty of characters that are more deserving. Where are the X-Men? How have you not touched the X-Men in literally anything? Well, okay, not literally anything. That Deadpool, Wolverine, Charles Xavier got his neck snapped in Doctor Strange 2. That was a disgrace. But how have you not done an actual X-Men project, whether it be a TV show or movie? Why not do like an X-Men movie and then you can do an X-Force TV show or something like that? The movie can focus on the main popular X-Men and the TV show can focus on the background character. But they don't do that because they're fucking stupid. Anyway, let's read another comment. comment. And this one says, you clearly don't remember how much Moon Knight and Secret Invasion was shot on. Yes, that show, both of those shows are terrible as well. The only thing interesting about Moon Knight was the costume. The costume looked pretty cool. But of course, they couldn't help themselves to make a woman just a part of the plot and being a superhero in his own show. He needed a woman superhero's help to defeat his villain. And the villain was literally just a generic cult leader. How many times are Hollywood going to do this boring trope? Oh, it's a cult leader that promised his followers the world and back, promised his followers salvation. Just do whatever he says. It's so boring and generic. Come up with something else. That show was definitely trash. And Secret Invasion wasn't even a Secret Invasion storyline from the comics. That storyline had literally everybody. Fantastic Four, X-Men, Avengers, everybody. They didn't do that. They didn't have any other characters. All it was focused on Samuel Jackson, not actual Nick Fury, just Samuel Jackson in the eye patch. And they beat him down, made him a weak man, because they love to do that in Hollywood. Every man is weak and pathetic and sad and depressed and not a real man, not real masculine and strong and confident. They always beat down the men in entertainment. And that show was just garbage. It was pointless. It didn't add anything to Marvel at all. It was just a waste of time. It was garbage. It was ugly. It was boring, bad writing. Those are male-led shows, not female-led. So what is the excuse for that? What are you going to call us for not liking that? You can probably call us racist because Samuel Jackson is black. But there was not that much uproar from these weirdos from that show. Maybe because those shows are terrible as well as the one that are female-led. Fuck off with this nonsense. And we have another comment to look at, and this one says, I didn't realize there were any male-led shows, to be honest, because they kept giving a woman everything. That's why they put the female characters on the forefront, whether it be female original characters or gender swap version of characters, or like female mantles of characters. How do we get a She-Hulk TV show without another good Hulk movie? Like, Hulk is trash now. He's just a loser. He's a nerd. He's a geeky freak. He's just corny and a weirdo. They ruined that character. Those 4 TV shows in the main tweet were female-led. You didn't show any of the male shows that were getting hate because there's not that many male shows, and the ones that are there are getting hate as well. Why? Maybe it's because Marvel is garbage now. They haven't been making good content since Endgame. They had a few little hits like Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine. Everything else has been trash. Garbage since Endgame. Nothing good from this boring company. They have no talent anymore. It's over. Well, not over, but it's been going downhill. They need to reboot this whole franchise and start from scratch. Then we have one more comment to look at, and this one says, Japan will like a word. Exactly. You notice how they never mention anything overseas? You never mention how there's plenty of female characters in anime that people enjoy, because that doesn't fit your narrative. You want this to be about misogyny. You want this to be about hate and discrimination towards women, but that's not the case. People do not like terrible writing. People do not like bitchy, annoying characters, especially bitchy women, and especially in a male-dominated genre like superhero. You should listen to your actual fan base, men, not women, men. And the fact that these shows are not received well proves the point that men do not like this, but you keep trying to pander towards women because you think that you can just throw away your existing fan base for women, for homosexuals, and for race baiters that don't watch anything. Stop paying attention to Twitter queerdos that don't watch anything. Pay attention to your fans and what your fans want, and you will make money. But they'll never learn their lesson, so I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. And I don't have much else to say. All the little feminists and little bitches getting offended because we don't like garbage Marvel shows, go fuck yourself.